Thank you,
Yes.
hobbyist. Thank you.
I am recording now. Hello, everyone.
Thank
I am recording now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday night, May 4th meeting. It's just beginning. We're asking everyone they don't have to share, but anybody who wants to share anything awesome that happened in April, go ahead and shout yourself out.
I got back on the wagon.
Yeah, for sure, Chantel did.
Go, Chantel. Go,
Shan or Chantel?
Chantel.
Okay, yes. Okay, so yeah, Chantel is like, woo, way back up on the wagon, which is really awesome. Very excited. I'm happy for her. Anybody else have anything for April to shout out? Shout out to yourself.
Cassie got keratin.
What?
Cassie got keratin.
Yeah. You mean
what?
You got your keratin, right?
You got your Brazilian blow.
No, this is my natural crappy hair. I got my appointment set 2 weeks before JamCon because it's just easier. I can just blow dry my hair and be done.
Okay, yeah. You just I need something done mine. Okay. Good evening, guests. This is how we are. I mean, I'm also, if you look in the background, a super messy person. So if you feel like you have to be organized, you don't. But you do need to be organized in your business. But your whole life doesn't have to be organized to do this. And if Nikki Dexter, who may watch this later, is afraid to room with me at conference, don't like that. But anyway.
Nikki, shoot me a message, girl. I'll tell you what it's all about. Oh, Jay-Z just joined us.
Jay-Z? Oh, hey, Jay-Z. I'm sure that is somebody that makes sense. Jay-Z, you want to tell us who you really are? No, Jay-Z wants to join the team. I mean, I'm totally not even shocked.
No, I love that. We should all have like famous names.
Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to go over is it's really late. It's already 9:36, but I think that's still an appropriate time to message people. So I'm just going to give us 3 minutes. I want you to think of one person to ask to have a party, and I want you to think of one person to invite to join your team. Okay, so we have a sneak peek going on. I don't mind keeping the sneak peek going on through the rest of the weekend if you happen to get a recruit lead. That's totally fine. There's so much information that we could have an open house VIP thing that we have going on for an entire month. So I'm fine with that. My plan is to close it tomorrow, but like I put on there, I didn't put an end date on it because I think that sometimes it just takes us a little bit to get our engines moving. I know that I'm still connecting with people, so I want you to just, it's scary. Nobody wants to do it at all. You might get ignored, but no one's going to punch you in the face or shove you down the stairs or scream profanities at you. And if that person screams profanities at you for you asking if they'd like to host the party or join your team, you should probably not be friends with them on Facebook unless they're your family. And at that case, you should restrict them. And then it's like they're not on there, but they don't know it. Okay, so I'm giving us 3 minutes, and I'm giving us 3 minutes so that we can just jump in and we can do it. I'm just as scared as you. It's hard to swallow that fear, but it's not going to hurt us. It's just going to help us. And so let's just all throw it out there. If you're worried about what to say, just be you. What you're going to say is, are you interested in hosting a party? Are you interested in checking out becoming a Jamboree consultant? And when you're approaching the person about becoming a Jamboree consultant, you need to tell them why you think they would have fun doing it, okay? And then tell them why you're having fun. So that's it. Giving us 3 minutes. Heads down. Do it. Do it. We can do this. All right. Here we go. I'm going to mute us all because we're going to like clickety clack and it's going to annoy me. Might not annoy y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and mute all for a minute, and then I'll give us 3 minutes. It's 9:38. Meet back at 9:41. Am I muted? Oh, sorry, everyone. Oh, if you're wondering, oh my gosh, who should I ask? Ask a close friend, ask a family member, and your VIPs are always great people to start with too.
Monica, are we just doing one?
Hold on. What?
Are we just doing one or are we doing more?
Just one, just, you know, 2 total. So 1 booking, 1 recruit.
Okay.
Sorry, what were we doing? Inviting someone to host and inviting someone to join the team?
Yep.
Okay. One down.
All right. Time's up. I sent it to 2 people for recruiting. I don't know. Totally forgot about the party thing. I got in a zone there. Okay, so we did it. We did something scary. We tried to be fearless. I think that's great. And it took us 3 minutes. Okay. So, good deal. Now, I would love for you to share in the events page who you asked and what the result was. So if you don't get a result tonight, that's okay. Kind of give it a day, give them time. And let us know what's going on. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna mute everybody again, but if you want to talk, you can unmute yourself. All right. Okay. So those are the 2 things I wanted to do. I wanted to have y'all shout yourself out. Kristen, are you still on here? Never mind. I'm unmuting Kristen.
Yeah.
I have to hear somebody else's background. It makes me feel more alive. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the training portion. So here we go. Everyone, let me get out of my Facebook and get a random Southern accent. Okay. Okay, I am sharing my screen, so let me know when y'all can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll see it. Okay. And Kristen, if there's any way you can help me with chat, because when I do these things, it's like I can't do both for some reason.
Okay.
Maybe other people can. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about how to make $350 every month. This is similar. I've done similar trainings to this, but I just wanted to present everything maybe in a brand new way. Some of y'all have been here for like 2, 3 years. Some of you are just now starting with us, but I feel like this information is kind of relevant to everyone. I felt like tonight I was a little bit inspired by it. And I've been around for 4.5 years, and there's just parts of our amazing compensation plan that I keep taking for granted. I was really surprised this week when I realized that a lot of the team don't know the compensation plan and don't realize like the amount of money that is out there to be had each month and all the different ways that you can earn money. So we're just going to talk about $350 a month. I feel like that can pay a lot of bills for a lot of people. I know it can definitely help me out to have that extra money a month. Okay, so there's 2 ways to earn money, basically. By yourself or with a team. So first of all, we're going to talk about what does it take to make $350 a month by yourself, no team, okay? We get paid 30%, and then we get a bonus on top of that. The compensation plan is on the dashboard. You can save it to your phone. You can take a screenshot of it. You can print it out. That's what I did. I go through this all the time. I'm going back and forth. I know most of it, but when I want to be sure, I've got it right here, and I can make sure that I'm not missing out on any money. So the breakdown for this, if just your sales, so just your PRV, you need 1,000 PRV a month if you want to make $350. So some of you might be thinking, oh my goodness, 1,000, that's a lot of PRV. Now, I am sorry for those of you who are not in the US, I have to say this, you're going to have to do the conversions for yourself. I haven't done the conversions, but I tried to keep the PRV so that you could, so it would be all the same for us, PRV and party points and all that kind of stuff. So you could get 350, this is US dollars, a month. 1,000 PRV, that's what you're going to get. So let's break that down real quick. See, what do we have to do? How do we get there? How do we get to this 1,000 PRV? We need to close parties. Does anybody want to guess? Go ahead and unmute yourself and guess. How many parties do you need to close? That doesn't mean how many do you need to have or book, because you know people cancel and stuff, but how many parties do you think you need to have 1,000 PRV? And if people are chatting, please.
Qualifying parties?
No, just, a party, they're going to be over qualifying. I mean, I'm going to tell you how much they are, how much you need in them. But do you think you need to have 12 parties a month? One party?
One great party would work.
One big party. Yeah. Okay.
Is what you have to have would be one great party.
Okay.
But probably it would be
we want to be realistic.
4. I would say 4.
Okay. All right. So 4. Okay. All the math is based off of 4 parties. That's 1 party a week if you did them in home. Okay. That's 1 party a week if you did them Facebook. That's 1 night a week, and you could have this $350. Okay. So, and that's just and when I show you how much, it's not huge parties, okay? And I'm sure you can all quickly do the math now, unless I did them wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. So how much average party points would you need then? It's basic, quick math. Anybody know it? You can go ahead and shout it out if you do. So basically, just a $250 party. We're not talking about an $800 party, a $500 party, a $250 party right here. That's it. 4 of these. That's what you need. Okay? And I think that when you simplify this and you see that this is what you need, I think that it's just so much more doable. I think that whenever I sit down and I make my goals and I'm like, I need 1,500 PRV. I mean, I like to have double what I need because I'm trying to earn the trip again. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so many, but it's really not. It's really not that much when you break it down like this. And then the next thing is your average guest purchases. So maybe that's something you haven't broken this all the way down to. So how much do you think each person needs to purchase at these parties? Okay, do you think that these people need to purchase $58.50? If anybody knows what that is. Do they need to purchase $120? Anybody? Just you throw out any idea. No ideas. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe somebody's chatting on what the ideas are. No. Okay.
Riley and I say $50.
$50. Okay. So, and actually that would be good. Honestly, I like your round number of $50. What is going on? I can't get my thing to go. Okay. So the average guest purchase could be $35 if you have 7 customers per party. But if you only had 5 customers per party, then yeah, it would just be $50, which is definitely something you can do. I've had $200 parties with 3 people. I mean, if you can get 3 people to your parties,
Oh, no.
it's gonna go well. Okay. But so what I'm trying to illustrate here is that you don't need a lot of anything. That's kind of how this whole plan works. It's a lot of little things build up to the big things. Okay, you don't need a customer who buys $150. This is wonderful when that happens. I love that. I love these people, don't get me wrong, but that's not what you need to have a business. What you need is a bunch of people doing a little bit, and it adds up to a lot. So 7 customers at a party. I think that the average party has about 4 to 8 people at it. If you get 5 people and they're doing 50 on average, then you're going to get what you need. I like that. I like that 50. I'd like to go in here and change this right now, actually. Okay, so let's just review what I said here. 1,000 PRV, 4 parties. They average 250 in sales. You have 7 customers a party, and we're just selling them $35 worth of product. That's like a heater and a wrap. That's it. That's all you're selling them, a heater and a wrap. You're not even getting into gels or removers or anything. And we all know that we get into that with them and we sell those things. $58.50, that's the basic bundle. You would just need to have a party with 4 people who bought that, and you've hit your 250. Bam, 1 party done. But here I think this is the important part about having parties or one-on-ones or whatever we want to call a party. I don't care what you call it. The social selling aspect where you are selling to more than 1 person at a time. And you're gaining a lot of customers. You're going to have 28 new customers at the end of the month. If you have these 4 parties and 7 people show up, you're going to have 28 customers. Let's just say 5 show up. Okay, you're going to have 20 new people to follow up with. You're going to have 20 new people to ask to host, to ask if they're interested in joining. So tonight, when I said think of 2 people, it wouldn't be that hard to think of 2 people if last month you had just had 4 parties, because you would have 20 to 30 people that you could have sent those messages to. Okay? So do you see how we build off of this for each month, and how the exercise that we did earlier, it may have been difficult for you to think of somebody to ask. But if you are having parties, it is not difficult for you to think of people to ask, because you have them written down. They're called customers. They're called hostesses. Okay? All right. And each month you will have 4 additional people to ask to your team, or invite them to an opportunity call, or offer 25% kit credit to. And you're saying, wait, what? Where do these 4 people come from? Well, they're your hostesses. If your hostess has a $250 party, she gets 25% off of her kit. all you have to do before you close her rewards is say, hey, you have 25% off of the kit. Would you like to use that? And you also get the rest of the rewards. And she might say, yeah, I would love to do that. That would be awesome. Do I get a discount? What do I have to do? And she may start asking you questions. And the next thing you know, she has become your recruit. Every time you close a party and you redeem the hostess rewards, ask that question before you do it. And I think that you will shock yourself with how many people actually would like to join the team. And they might say no, and that's cool. It's no big deal. But at least you asked and you did your job. So you're guaranteed 4 people that you can give $25 off the kit, or 25%. So I guess that's across the board. Okay? And all the time we're like, oh, I wish that there was a discount on the kit. Well, there is. It's called a party. All right, and on top of that, you've got $350 in commission and $50 in marketing credit, which I think that marketing credit might be wrong. I think it might just be 35. Don't hold me to that on marketing credit, but at least you have marketing credit. So you don't have to pay for catalogs or samples. So these are like 16 a piece, or if you have marketing credit, then you can apply your marketing credit to that. Okay. Okay, so we talked to, so does anybody have any questions about, I mean, this is the basics. This is just basic math. This is basically if you're just a consultant and you want to know the math on how much you have to sell. Anybody have any questions on that? So anybody gonna go out and try to get 4 parties? What I would tell you is if you're saying, I'm struggling, then what your goal for this month needs to be is to book 4 parties for June. Like that is your goal. Like that is what you put forth all of your effort. You don't put forth all of your effort into sharing the Zodiac and hoping you get a new customer. You put forth your effort into what will get me a hostess, what will get me a platform for social selling, what will expose me to more people at once. That's where you need to be. You literally do not need to know everything on the dashboard. I'm just being so serious right now. That is so far below where you need to be. And this is a lecture, if you will, that I'm giving myself, or, you know, a motivation, however you want to look at it. Your goals need to be get those 4 parties on the books for June. And I know that right now home office is doing a May booking incentive. I will make sure I post stuff about that in the main team page if you missed it on the dashboard, because that's part of my job, to highlight and make it easy for you to see all the things that happen on the dashboard. So in case you miss it, it's still there for you to find. So get those 4 parties. You know, it might mean that you need to get 6, or maybe it means that you need to get 4 and you need to book 5 one-on-ones, okay? But make it your goal. Like what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 4 parties, and if you can make those in-homes, you're going, I mean, I'm not gonna guarantee that you're gonna hit 250, but I'm gonna be shocked if you don't, okay? You're gonna be more in the 350 range if you do an actual in-home party and stop trying to sell on Facebook. Facebook is great for making connections, building relationships, finding recruits, spoiling your VIPs, not always the best selling tool, okay? So the more that we can try to sell in person, the better, okay? I live in a town of 4,000 people. So anybody who lives in a town bigger than that, I'm jealous of you. You have so many more people at your disposal, okay? All right. So now let's talk about how can we earn that $350 a month if we have a team? So for those of you who've been here for a while, you've built a team and you're plugging away, or you've just started and you're like, I don't know if I want to build a team. Well, first of all, if you build a team, you can see that we're very much a community here. We help each other. Kristen helps tons of people on this team. Like, I literally have no idea what I would do if I didn't have Kristen. And these are people who are not in her downline. Like, she makes no money off of, and she gives and she gives and she gives to this team. And that is the kind of sisterhood that you have just entered into. It, to me, is unlike any other, I guess I'm trying to think of the right word, but where there's a large group of women, more than like 4, and everyone can still treat each other with just such dignity, such respect, such love. And I guess that all of us working together makes all of us better. And that is one thing I absolutely love about this team, and why it's really great to build a team, and not do it all by yourself. So here's the other way. The other way is with a team. You can do $350 a month with a team. And it's going to look a little bit different when you do that. So for those of you who are not familiar with the compensation plan, you need to get familiar with it. Here's what it looks like. It's all color-coded and pretty. And I'm going to teach you, I'm going to do a real quick lesson on this, okay? All right. So, not going to talk about those right now. Those will not get you to $350 a month. You need to have a little bit bigger team. You need to at least be a lead consultant to a team manager if you want to start making $350 a month. Okay. So this is really the sweet spot for $350 a month. If you get higher than that, you're going to start making more money than that. So here's the sweet spot of team building, and I'm going to show you what that actually looks like as a team. But first, let's talk about PRV. So if you go back here, you can see that it says under personal retail volume requirement, that's your PRV. So basically, personal retail volume is how much you have to sell. TRV is how much your team has to sell, and that includes your PRV, which is really nice. Legs, that is the number of level 1s you have. And active legs is a new recruit or anyone with 200 PRV and above. So I'm going to show you a little illustration here. I hope that this will help you understand those components of the compensation plan. Okay, so right there where I have arrows, those are your legs, and they go straight down. Okay, so anywhere that there is an arrow can be considered a leg. There are 8 arrows here, so there can only be 8 legs. There cannot be 12 legs. There can only be 8 because there's only 8 level 1s unless I have miscounted. Okay. Okay, even though there's 19 team members, there's only 8 legs, okay? However, with our compensation plan, you do have the ability to get paid on every single person in this picture, depending on what your rank is, okay? Which is really fantastic. All right.
You can actually have more than 8 legs total. Like that picture's 8 legs, but you can have 150 legs. You know, I just thought that was important.
Yes, that is important. Yeah, so this is just for illustration purposes. Yeah. I think at one time I had like 50 legs. So you can have like 1 million legs. Some people do have 200 legs. So it's kind of crazy. But yes, thank you. That's very good. I forget about those little things. Okay, so overrides. When you see that word override, basically that's your commission on an individual team member's sales. But I should put an asterisk there, and I'm going to explain how it's a little bit different. It's not just their sales. There's a mathematical equation. Okay, when you see advancement and matching bonus, this is a one-time bonus for hitting a certain rank, okay? So let's say that Kristen, who is my jam baby, she hits lead consultant during her fast start period. If she does that, she gets $100, and I get $100 if I hit lead consultant. Do not forget about the matching bonuses. That's awesome. Like, that's why you want to be hitting your rank, because if the person underneath you hits the rank, then you get a bonus, okay? That's if they're in their fast start. If they are out of their fast start, you no longer get a bonus, but still yeehaw, because that means your team is growing. But they will get a bonus, and it would be 50% of whatever you see on the screen. So $50, $100, just depending on what the rank is. When you get into the bigger levels, it totally changes. So this is just up to team manager. Okay, and then your fast start bonus. Don't forget about this. I think that either people are not aware or they completely forget about the fact that when you recruit somebody, so look where it says level 1 override under lead consultant. It says 10%. During the fast start period, that's actually 15% that you're getting paid. So you are getting paid a bonus to help train these people, okay? Not only that, but when they recruit someone, you're getting a 5% bonus on that level too. So see where it says 5% for lead? You're actually getting paid 10%, okay? So don't forget about that. Don't forget about how growing a team grows your paycheck. Always. Not just because maybe you can hit a higher rank and you can slide up the override scale, but because you're getting a 5% bonus. Just that alone is huge. Okay, so let me explain the override for anybody who's new. And this could be confusing, and I'm sorry if it is. But at least you've had exposure to it. So let's say that Jane brings in $500 in sales. Well, Jamberry pays Jane 30%. That's $150. Okay. Jamberry then pays you on that remaining $350. Okay. And it's called CV. And sometimes it's a little more than 65%. On some products it's 70%, and on some products it's only 60%, but a good average is just 65%. So if you wanted to know, so if you go back here where it says override 10%, the 10% is actually on 325. So that's the equation for you. So that's how you would calculate it. And we do have a commission calculator, by the way.
You have it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, in our files.
I didn't know if it was still current.
Yeah, I updated the new one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, and that CV is very easy to find on the team activity report.
Yes.
It says it shows the person's name underneath you, and then it says what their PRV, what their TRV, what their CV.
Yes.
So you can just look at the CV and it will figure it all out for
Yep.
you.
And
the calculator is awesome.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can't bump that into the main feed. On the dashboard under team activity report we call it the TAR. And so that's tons of information in there. So if you have a team and you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. And if you have questions about it, message me and I will help you. Okay. So let's go past that. That's just law, but I need to tell you about it. Okay. So senior lead, $350 a month. How do we get there? Like this, ladies, like this. Recruiting. I mean, pretty much getting people on your team and them having sales. I made up these numbers. I don't know. You could be like all mixed up in there, but you're going to get about $350 just kind of depending on where it is. So if you look over to the left of your screen, it says senior lead consultant. It says you need 500 PRV. I put 550 PRV because that rounds you out to the 350 that you would need. 3 active legs. Okay, so we know what active legs are. This chick over here on the left has 500. The next girl has 0. Does that mean that leg is active or inactive? Can someone tell me? The girl with the glasses. Is this leg inactive or active? Does anybody know? Don't be shy.
It's active
Yes, okay, why is it active?
because the girl under her is at the 250.
Yes, okay. So anywhere in the line will make the leg active, okay? That has to do with rank requirements, anything. Anywhere in the line it can happen, okay?
Oh, and the lady underneath her is a new recruit. That's automatic.
Yes. Yep. So that's 2 reasons why. Thank you. Okay. So if you look where it says 3 active legs under senior lead consultant, underneath that it says 1 AC. Okay. So AC is an advanced consultant. So then you need to go and look and see, okay, what is an advanced consultant? What do they need? They need 200 PRV, and they need 1 active leg. Okay. So that's somebody with 200 or a new recruit. Can anybody tell me who on here would be considered an advanced consultant? Kristen. Who?
There's actually 2. So Glasses Girl's leg is got an advanced consultant because there you go, the short-haired one.
Mm,
And then the second one over, she has 2 active legs underneath of her, and so that makes her actually. Oh yeah, well,
so she would count.
she counts as the advanced.
Yeah, so she would count as the advanced if there wasn't an advanced. But she is a lead consultant. So it would be advanced consultant or higher.
Higher, yeah.
Yep. And then this person is a lead consultant. Like she has signed on. She is like, I am getting it. At least I think I did the math right on that. She should be a lead consultant.
She's an advanced consultant because her girl got a recruit. Because her girl actually doesn't have the 200.
Yes. Yeah. So the advanced consultant, if that chick was not a new recruit, then she would not be an advanced consultant. Okay. So this is just kind of showing you how to read the compensation plan and to visualize what your team might need to look like. Okay. So if you want to be a senior lead consultant, even though you just have to have 3 active legs and 1 AC, you're going to need more than that. Okay. Because you see that chick with the glasses up top? She is like not selling anything because that happens. Maybe she doesn't want to sell anything. Maybe she's having a rough month personally. Maybe she just signed on and then freaked out and ran away. Like that happens. I don't understand these people. I will never understand these people. But I've several joined my team. So you can never depend that every person's going to be selling. Okay. But
a hobbyist.
yeah, they could be a hobbyist, but I think some of the reason why some of the team that you may recruit, and this is for those of you who've been around and have been recruiting, some of the reason they don't stay on is because they honestly do not understand the compensation plan. They do not understand how they can make money, and they just lose their fire immediately. Okay. They're not believing that they can do this. There's just so many different things. So we want to make sure that we are just grabbing those people and making sure they understand the compensation plan, that they understand that when they recruit someone, that they're not going to have to train them by themselves, and that when they recruit someone, they're going to get a 5% bonus on that person's overrides. So I feel like there's been a big communication gap on how we actually make money. I take all of the blame on myself. I mean, I know I haven't been able to be present in the way that I would like to be, but still long before that, I lost sight and I lost vision as far as the compensation plan went. And it really is a great compensation plan, and you really can save money for vacation, pay your mortgage, pay your car, whatever you need to do using our compensation plan and sharing this great opportunity that we have. So here's something else on here that I wondered if anybody caught. Well, I'm just assume this chick's in her fast start. If you hit senior lead consultant and your girl hit lead consultant, you get $100 matching bonus. So you're not making $350. You are making $100 plus $350, which is $450. Plus I never calculate in the extra 5% bonus for fast start. So you could be making an extra 5% bonus on those first 2 levels if they're in their fast start. So that's just The 350 I showed you is just a mechanical 350. It is not a recruiting and adding, okay? Recruiting and adding is gonna bump you up to more like 450, 550, okay? That's where that's gonna bump you. We're just talking about a very like static, I'm hitting senior lead, people are selling, but we're not growing. Okay, so this is a very static senior lead that I have shown you. If your team is recruiting and you're recruiting, you're gonna see about 100 to 150 more dollars in sales or in commissions. Okay, just depending on where those levels are hitting. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, is that this is the starting off point for you. That's kind of why I put lead consultant as somewhere where you could start hitting 350. Okay, so what if, now this is where my mind goes, like when I am able to sit down and just get into the Jamboree zone, this is where my mind takes me, and it is so fun, and this is honestly what has motivated me year after year after year after year. And that's why I'm saying I got so motivated when I was putting this together. What if everyone on your team wanted to make $350 a month? Oh, like that is a dream for me. Everyone on my own team wanted to make $350 a month. I would be an elite executive. True story. So, okay, here we go. Here's kind of what it would look like. Everyone on your team wants to hit to make 350. Okay, some of them want to make 350 by being by growing a team. Some of them want to make 350 with sales. Now you see yourself up there at the top. I put you need to sell 600. If you want to be a leader, you're going to sell 600. I'll tell you why. Because you start earning marketing credit at 600. Any good leader wants to sell 600, okay? If you're a lead consultant, you only need 400, you better be selling 600, okay? Don't pay for catalogs. This is like silliest thing I've ever heard of. You can get them for free. Do not pay for these. You can get them for free. There are so many things that you can get for free. Like I probably have 100 of these. You do not have to pay for these. What are these? These are little envelopes that you, or not envelopes, cards that you will fit or wraps, and then you can send to customers or whatever you want to do. You do not have to pay for these. They're out of stock right now, but the purple ones, they have all purple ones. They're the same size. You can, these are free mailers. Do you know how much cute mailers cost? Do you know how much mailers cost? These are free with marketing credits. We can put our catalogs in these. We can put lots of things in these. Why are you paying somebody else for these? 600. If you want to be a leader, if you want to make money, save money by getting your marketing credits. Okay, 600. That's what you want. Okay, so on here, we've got, you're hitting 600. You've got this girl over here. She's a lead consultant. She has 1,000 PRV. You know what? She's a lead consultant and she has 1,000 PRV. How much money is she making a month? She's making about $700 a month because she's churning out a high producing team and she's churning out high producing sales for herself. She is getting $700 a month. She doesn't have to have a big team to do that. Okay? You do not have to have a big team. But there she is. She's got 3 people on her team. She's making $700 a month. Is that something you can do? Absolutely. Especially if you get people who love Jamboree just like you do and who love sharing it with others. This can happen very fast for you. Over here, on the other side, you have a lead consultant. She is very closely approaching Premier. If she can get her girls to recruit, she is definitely going to be there. So this is you at senior lead consultant. Okay. So, because everybody, you have shown the vision. Everybody wants that 350. They're like, oh my gosh, all I have to do is have 4 parties. That's all I have to do. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And you teach them how to follow up, and they're following up, and they're building relationships, and they're sharing. This is what you're looking at. This is what you can be looking at. This can be your future. What if this was your future? Where would that be putting you? Okay. You would have 11,000 TRV and you would have 2 lead consultants. You would not have 5 active legs for anybody's brain who's going there, because for some reason you're not recruiting in this scenario. But can anyone tell me what 11,000 TRV and 2 lead consultants, what rank has that at least as a requirement? Anybody know? Anybody know?
Come on, guys. Don't make me answer for you.
Okay, and your commission right there is $660 off of this, okay? Senior lead consultant, you're making $660 now because you have fed the vision to your team. But up there at the top, that TRV and that 2 lead consultants, this you should know in your heart if it's something you want, okay? It's team manager. Okay. Okay. Now, because that scenario you weren't recruiting, you wouldn't have hit it. But if in that scenario you would have your mind on recruiting, you'd be a team manager. Okay. Well, and you need $40 more in sales. I mean, $100 more in sales. But you would totally get that if you were the close. Trust me, you will be motivated. So $660. That's what you're making there. Now, same team, same exact team. But you're a team manager, which means you've recruited a few more people. This is what you're getting paid now. This is static. This is not including fast start bonuses, matching bonuses, nothing. This is your static. This is where you're at with that kind of team. This is where you're at when you have people loving Jamberry, wanting to share Jamberry. Okay? And this is doable. Like I think sometimes people don't believe in this or don't think it's possible. Oh my gosh, y'all, it's absolutely possible. We're not asking you to recruit 15 people. We're asking you to share, and then we're asking you to ask those people to share, or I'm asking those people to share. I mean, how many of you on this call are not my level 1? How many of you on this call are like my level 10? Like a lot of you are like, okay? But I'm here feeding you, telling you that this is something that you can do. It's absolutely something you can do. To me, those of you who have taken the time to show up tonight have absolutely what it takes to do this. It just takes a little want to. And honestly, it doesn't take tying yourself to your computer. It doesn't take spending all your time away from your family to hit what I am talking about. When I am talking about closing 4 parties, and I am talking about recruiting 1 person every other month or 1 person every 3rd month. I'd do it every other month if you could. But you're having 4 parties, so you've already got 4 decent recruit leads right there. Plus, you're interacting with 20 to 30 new people a month. Okay, so if you think about this, you're going to have a pool of people. You're going to have people. Like, this is just numbers, people. It is just numbers. It's a numbers game, and it's not hard. And you don't have to pick up the phone and call people like it's 1992 either. And you can quote me on that. Like, you don't have to do weird things to make this happen. And I do think if somebody called me on the phone to ask me I'm a party, I would think that is weird. They can text me all day long. Please do not call me. My mom, at this point, like, my voicemail is full because I just can't take phone calls. And a lot of people are overstressed, but they will reply to your text messages. Feel free to do that to them. Facebook message them. Or one of my absolute favorite things, in person. When I see that person in person, that is the best time. What was that? It was a scary sound.
Sounded like somebody's phone. Like,
But I felt it. That's creepy. Okay.
Sorry, my phone might have vibrated.
Oh, maybe it might. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of creeped me out because I swear I felt it in my desk. Okay. Well. Okay, so I'm just crazy. Okay, so or is I like you can do this and stuff like that. That just threw me so off. Okay, So in person, that is the time that I love to ask people if they'd like to have a party. They say yes a lot of the time. Okay, it's just the way it is. They can't ignore me. And it's really not a matter of like, I've pushed them into a corner and asked them. It's just really a matter of you're having an open conversation and the back and forth is immediate. Okay. And they can hear you, and it's just if you can ask people in person, that's just what I suggest. And yes, I will write people's names down and I will wait for the perfect moment where a person to ask them.
It's a lot harder to say no to somebody in person than it is in a message.
It is. And the thing is, they have fun at the parties. It's not like I have forced them into anything. They have fun. And they can always back out later. It's not like no one's ever done that. So,
and you don't have to use the word party, because party can scare people off.
Oh yeah.
Showcase. You can use show. You can.
You just want to get have your friends come over and I can show them the Jamberry. That's my pitch. Hey, you want to get some of your friends over and I can show them how to do that? Oh yeah, I'd love that. There you go. It's a party. That's my favorite way to get parties. And I can show them how to do that. That's it.
But there's lots of other words you can use for it. If you think that party is like gonna scare people off, just don't call it a party. Call it something else. There's so many different ideas there.
So does anybody have anything that they would like to ask, or anything they would like to add on to this? Are there any like aha moments you had? I would love to hear aha moments. If anybody, actually, that's my number one question right now.
You can
After answering
unmute
questions.
everybody.
Huh?
Unmute everyone.
They can unmute themselves.
Okay, well, some people can't that are on the phone. They might not know what the code is to put in.
Hold on. Now I gotta figure out. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing because that helps me. Okay. Figure out what's going on. All right. I'm gonna unmute everybody, but please mute yourself if you've got craziness in the background. Does anybody have an aha moment? One person, please.
I like the 4 parties for 50 every other month.
Normally I don't look this tacky. I would have been in yoga pants and stuff.
Well, you should have.
After.
It was just us.
Why do I feel like I'm missing the phone?
I can't tell who's making that noise.
I can't either, and it normally tells us.
Yes, it's funny.
Kara, it's Kara. Kara, mute your phone.
I'll mute her. Don't mute her.
I muted her. That's not her.
Sorry.
Oh,
Nope.
hi, Haley. Haley's brand new, everybody.
Hey.
She's not in your group. Which she was a referral, so I got lucky. All right. Anybody? Okay, y'all. I'm gonna force people to give me their takeaways. Cassie, what's your takeaway?
Yes. I need to get my butt back on the bandwagon is what I need to do.
Yes, I agree. Here's the thing. Here's my takeaway. A couple takeaways. One, duh, when you build a team, we're getting like $100 to $150 more a month. I mean, how I forgot that, I don't know. I did. Secondly, for me, even though I'm the one who came up with this, it's just still, there's aha moments. 4 parties. Like, that is where, when I sit down and I'm completely overwhelmed, which clearly, because I can't, again, close the file cabinet, whatever. I don't share this room with anybody. So, or whenever I sit down and I like try to fill this out, you know, like, what should I do today? Like, obviously what I should do, the number one thing that I should be doing for my personal business, as a full-time job, I help support y'all, and I love that. But what should I be doing for my personal business to help it continue to grow, and so I can make that trip? Hello, I mean, it's this horrible year. I've got to make that trip next year. Is that now I know whatever's number one on my list has got to be directing me towards, you know, parties, booking those parties. Because like I said on the live video last week, like I don't want to chase. I can do it. I can hustle, but I don't want to chase down one bottle of lacquer at a time. What? That's just like so inefficient. It's just driving me nuts. I just need to focus back on getting those parties. Those of you who are
No,
new,
I'm really gonna be sick.
y'all should not be having
I'm alright,
problems.
thank you.
Who is making noise? I don't know everything. Those of you who are new,
Sorry.
you should not really be having. There we go. I figured it out. You shouldn't be having problems because you're still in your warm market. There are those of us who have been around for years, years. So we still have to like jump into that cold water. And so,
Hey, Monica.
Yeah.
It's Wanda. I was just going to say, for those of us who have been in a rut, what has infused my business here recently is I got into some events, and that got me into the cold market. And I'm just wrapping up my first Facebook party in probably a year.
wow.
And yeah, and I have from that I got a new recruit.
Yay!
And I got 3 parties
Wow. See?
for later this month and next month.
Awesome.
So get yourself into the cold market, and if you're in that rut and you don't know where to turn to, try and get in some cheap events, small town events or whatever that are just $25 for a
Yes.
table. Get out there, meet some people, get some samples on people, and then do your follow-up.
And how did you follow up?
I use Frisbee. I took my contact sheets, and if they said they wanted to have my newsletter, I made sure they got on my newsletter list. I sent personal cards. I sent texts. I made phone calls if that's what they wanted. I emailed. However they wanted to be contacted, I contacted, and I contacted them at least 3 times.
Awesome.
Some of the party that I'm having right now actually booked the party at the event.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think that, Wanda, so how much, okay, so the recruit and the other 3 parties, how much of that was from follow-up? How much of that happened from follow-up?
None.
None. Okay.
Almost none. Well, you put the sneak peek thing out, and I said, hey, anybody interested? And I immediately got a yes.
Oh, wow.
The gal who recruited has not even got jams yet. She's got a sample on that she's had on for a week, and she fell in love.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's old school right there.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Where
ma'am.
did the 3 parties come from?
From within that party. When I did Take It or Leave It, no, it wasn't even Take It or Leave It. It was a different game, and I messaged everybody after that game. It was Jam Bingo, and I had like 5 winners. The first winner got the square on the bingo thing, but anyway, after I said they'd all won a petty pack, and then I messaged them all separately and said, hey, you get this petty pack, but if you would like to book a party with me, then I will upgrade that to a Manny. And they all said, doing it. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I think that Wanda has told us like several things that are little gems here. One is one party of hers. So one party got her 3 new parties, y'all. Okay, so it just takes one party sometimes to break you out into that cold market and get you going. The second thing is, for those of you in Facebook parties who are like, they don't work. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But a lot of time, what I have found is when people are saying they're not working, they're not doing what Wanda just did. They never messaged anybody in the party. They never reached out personally and asked. And I will have to say that 9 times out of 10, when I reach out, even if it's what I would call a dud party where nobody is participating, if I reach out and ask and say, do you have any questions? Would you like a sample? Would you like help purchasing? I get an order. So Wanda, thank you so much for sharing. You just had so much, great knowledge right there for everybody.
Hey, Wanda, I have a question for you. Are you using the event format or are you using a group format?
Group. I have not had success with events.
I don't have success.
And I'm afraid that my hostess actually just added people without inviting. And thankfully, we've been very careful, and I haven't ended up in Facebook jail and haven't had a bunch of people saying, not liking the posts. I just put a post in there a couple times early on saying, you've been added to this because we thought you'd like it. If you don't, then no hard feelings. Take yourself out or let us know and we'll take you out.
That's good. It's polite. Cool. Does anybody else have anything they want to add? If not, we can, close for the night. And
I have something to add.
okay.
Way to go, Wanda.
That
Awesome.
is a good ad.
Thank you. I needed this infusion like nobody's business. My whole team that was 9 or 11 of us is now down to me and my new recruit.
Well, it happens. It happens,
Yep.
And the thing is, the one thing I like about this is that some people stick on the journey the whole time, and then some people are just there for part of the journey. And I think it's just really important to make sure that whether someone's with us for 30 days or 4 years, that they're really getting the best out of Jamboree that they can. And that when they walk away, and it's going to happen, people retire from the NBA for crying out loud. And when it happens, just that when they walk away, they're like, that was a good thing I did. That Jamboree experience was great and I would never change it.
And then sometimes they come back later and
Oh,
rejoin
yeah. Well, that
because they had a
definitely.
good experience. If they might have only needed it for a short time in their life. You don't know what their why, like the deepest, darkest parts of their why. You don't always know what that is. But yeah.
Okay. Well, if nobody else has anything to add, I want to thank everyone for coming. I especially want to thank all of the new people for coming and putting in time tonight. And that's really awesome and that's exciting. And y'all are the future of this business and this company and this team, and you should be excited about that.
I just wanted to say it was really great to be back amongst you all again. I've missed you.
Oh, yes, I know. You've had such a rough 2017. I'm just glad to have you back.
You and me both.
Oh. All right, I'm going to end the meeting, and I'll have the replay up tomorrow for anybody who needs it.
Thanks, Monica.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.